Is that a beard you're trying to grow?
Bloody Coleman. Just bullies, man. They're just bullies. They're just bullies, man. It shouldn't mean anything to them. They're just bullies. They're just bullies, man. They're all bullies, man. Snap out of it. Snap out of it, son. Zani, what do you think, mate? What do you think?
I liked it better with the beard. She looked like a newborn child that's just come out of the womb. It's stupid.
Your mum doesn't love you. BKRsport, we are here for a video that we haven't done in a very damn well long time. I put out a post on the BKR YouTube, Instagram, BKRsport community tab and the Facebook page asking for your questions for a Q&A. I haven't done one of these Q&As in a very damn well long time. So I went and got all your questions and yeah. Let's do this. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do this. What are the Sharkies' chance of making the finals?
Slim to fucking none.
Brilliant. Yep. In all seriousness, you know, I think the Sharkies will make the finals. I think it's going to be a very difficult run-in. I think they've got quite a decent run home. It isn't the most difficult. Obviously, Canberra is there and the Tigers are there who are also pushing for the 8. And obviously, the Broncos are just in the 8. But they've only got that 1 point. They're on different points due to that draw that the Broncos had with the Warriors a couple of weeks back. We were at that game. And that kind of messes it up for the Sharks because their for and against is much better than every team in that kind of top 8 kind of contending zone. So the Sharkies do have quite a quality chance because their for and against is better than, say, Penrith or the Tigers or all those other teams around that 8 that are really fighting for it. But the only problem is that the Broncos have no reason to give a shit about for and against. They have no reason to give a shit because they've got that 1 point from that draw. We all know that the NRL won a final at Suncorp Stadium. We all know it. Are you going to 2020 Sydney Sevens? 100%, man. I'm a massive advocate for Sevens rugby. I love Sevens rugby. We've actually got a couple of collaborations that we've got coming up with a couple of Sevens players. And no, I'm definitely excited, man. I'm definitely excited. Sydney Sevens. I'll try and maybe get to Hamilton. Obviously, the Oceania Sevens that we go to every single year in Fiji. With Australia and Samoa really playing for everything. Fiji and New Zealand have already qualified for the World Cup, but whoever finishes higher out of Australia and Samoa actually qualifies for the World Cup through this tournament, so it's going to be absolutely massive. And yeah, I absolutely love Sevens, and I will definitely be back for Sydney specifically, but I really want to get to more on the circuit next year. Last year we went to Las Vegas, and that was an absolutely ripper tournament. Absolutely loved that, so I really love the Sevens atmosphere, the Sevens vibe, and I want to get to more places around the world. Would you ever consider becoming a Suns fan? Ooh, that's a hard one. No. Look, let's be honest, man. My team is currently top of the table. Suns are not top of the table. They literally couldn't be further away if they tried, and they do try. Do you think the Titans would benefit from relocation? Son of a... Predictions on Man City for the coming season and the Titans next season. Okay, so let's talk about Man City first. I think it's going to be an incredible season as always. Look, we just got off to an absolute ripper start by, you know, winning 5-0. Probably should have been 6-0, but VAR is shithouse. If you look at every single person on the books at Manchester City, it is absolutely incredible when you look at our B squad. Our B squad could still probably win the Premier League. It is absolutely unbelievable. So the point of the matter is that when you have a strike force of Leroy Sané, I know he's got injured, but forgive it. When you have a strike force in a B squad of Leroy Sané, Gabriel Jesus, and Riyad Mahrez, and that is your B squad attacking lineup, I'm sorry, but that is absolutely mental, and that could genuinely challenge for the Premier League. If you go and have a look, it is absolutely wild. But I think it'll be a positive season for Manchester City, just like always. Pep Guardiola is just an absolute magician as their manager. It's surreal seeing how far we've come, and the fact is that we are heavy favourites to win pretty much every competition. Obviously, the only challenge is really Liverpool, but the squad is just absolutely phenomenal, man. On the other hand, we got the Gold Coast Titans. Woo! This club, man. This club, man, you know, I don't even know what to say in response to this question because every single year I have positive beliefs about this club. Every single year, despite all the shit that we go through, I always have positive beliefs that we can improve. And obviously we've got a new coach next year, Justin Holbrook. Look, there's no way we can go further down because we've won the wooden spoon. But it's like, there's so much shit that needs to be dealt with. There's so much shit that needs to be dealt with in this club. I would love Justin Holbrook to come in and, you know, we make the 8 next year. But we're not. I'd say probably maybe between 10th and 13th. If I get proven wrong and we're higher, I'll love that. If I get proven wrong and we finish lower than that, well then I'm probably going to jump off a balcony. But I feel like it's very realistic to think that we could finish maybe 10th to 13th, roughly. It's difficult. It's difficult as a Titans fan, especially when everyone thinks it's really funny to talk about relocation or removing him, because like, it's just ridiculous. Okay, let's just hand the Gold Coast over to the AFL. That's just stupid. But we'll talk about that in a video later. We'll talk about that in a video later. Will you be live streaming the Premier League this season? 100%, you guys know I love my live streams because I get to connect with you guys on a more personal level. Obviously, I can't go to every single game that everyone wants me to, so when I can't get to those games, I can live stream them, and you guys have been absolutely loving it. Obviously, you do get a lot of dislikes on the stream simply because, you know, I can't put the game footage on for you guys due to broadcasting restrictions, but in the same sense, you know, we have a really good connection where I can talk to you guys, we can chill out, we can have some fun, watch the game live together, and it's a really enjoyable experience, and that's why I keep smashing it out. That's why I keep smashing it out, despite the fact that people, whether their team loses, for example, the Kiwis, the Low Cut one, has quite a few dislikes simply because, one, no game footage, and two, a lot of Kiwis came in that stream not happy at the loss. But to answer your question specifically, man, 100%. I love my football, love my Premier League, love my Manchester City, but it's not going to be all Manchester City. It's going to be all teams. Maybe try and get in a few championship, but it depends on what you guys want to see, you know. I'm happy to watch anything. I love sport in general. But it just comes down to what you guys are really interested in seeing, really. I'm going to test it out over the next couple of weeks of what teams get, you know, the most interaction. I really hope it's not a specific team. But I'm going to leave that. A lot of people have been asking what this team is. There is a Premier League video coming out next week, basically like the NRL and AFL one, where it's like hate, like, love, dislike, don't mind. Yeah, you'll find out which team that I would punch in the face. How do you think Valentine Holmes will go in the NFL, and are the New York Jets the right fit for him, or should he be with another team? This is a really good question, actually. I'm really looking forward to seeing how Valentine Holmes goes this year. I actually think that the Jets are the perfect fit, to be honest. I can't think of many teams that really he would fit in specifically. Maybe the Giants, because they don't have really a backup running back to Saquon Barkley. I feel like Valentine Holmes would really benefit them as a backup. There's a lot of raps coming out from him from American analysts. It's very cool to see Valentine Holmes actually giving a serious crack. Obviously, I'm all about living your passion. My slogan is #LiveYourPassion, and I'm definitely all behind Valentine Holmes. Obviously, he's a little bit behind the order with Le'Veon Bell there, Bilal Powell, and there's someone else there as well. But I think Valentine Holmes is probably about 4th on the list. It is going to be difficult for him to make the 53-man roster, but, you know, I think he can make the 53-man roster, and I think that he will get, you know, some slight opportunities, punt return, kick return. You know, he's got the ability for that, considering he was a fullback here in Australia. Many league titles, as in Premier League, or one Champions League title? I actually thought about this quite extensively, and I would say Champions League, simply on the basis that we want one. We just want one. As soon as Manchester City get one Champions League, then I'll be happy. Then we'll have a lot less shit talk per se. Whenever someone tries to denigrate Manchester City, their only thing is really, you haven't won a Champions League title. When that gets wiped out, yes, it'll be, oh, you've only won one. Whoop-de-doo. As long as we win one, no one can say you haven't won this elusive trophy. Outside of that, after we win that one, I honestly, genuinely get more enjoyment out of the Premier League than I do out of the Champions League. Yes, the Champions League is nerve-wracking. Yes, it is against the best teams in Europe. But in the same sense, I really enjoy the Premier League. I really enjoy the style of the Premier League, and I really enjoy how attacking, how open it is. Quite a few teams that can genuinely win it. Obviously, we saw Leicester randomly the other year come and win it when all the other teams obviously had a down year, but that's still phenomenal. They did an absolutely incredible job, and they played really well that year. I would honestly prefer more Premier League trophies, but like I said, that comes after we win the one Champions League trophy. So take it how you want it. But I get more enjoyment out of the Premier League than the Champions League, but in the same sense, I want that Champions League trophy. How long does it take to get 1,000 subscribers? Because I am only on 175. All right, I'm gonna be straight up with you, man. I'm gonna be straight up. Don't look at subscriber counts. Don't look at view counts. Look at your passion for what you're doing. If you're looking at numbers, you're always gonna be down. I've been doing this for 4 years now. I'm on 4,000 subscribers. It's 1,000 subscribers a year. So if you wanna go on that basis, there you go. But I don't look at that. I look at the fact that I'm flying around to all these different games. But really, seriously, it's just about your passion for it. If you're enjoying it. Yes, obviously I want this to be a career. Yes, obviously I want this to be a brand in which everyone loves and we can do a lot more things and we can complete this BKRsport bucket list that obviously is still there. But in the same sense, I'm patient. I'm loving every single set of it. Gary V always says, love the process, live the process. I just want to make sure that you guys focus on living your passion and being happy rather than looking at analytics and numbers. Because analytics and numbers can always be improved. So if you focus on the numbers, you're always going to be wanting more. So focus on your mental health, focus on your happiness, and focus on your passion and what gets you through life. It's taken me 4 years to get 4,000 subscribers. But to answer your question even deeper, I don't give a shit. I'm having a great time living my passion. How often do you get noticed in public? I really appreciate when people enjoy my content. I really appreciate when, people are out there watching these videos and really liking it and they have the guts to come up to me and say hello, even though they don't necessarily know me, right? And obviously I don't know them. You guys know me more than I know you. But what I'm saying is that I absolutely love every time one of you come up at a game or whenever I'm out in public. I get noticed quite a lot at specific sporting events. Obviously, majority of this content on this channel is rugby league, so Titans games, I get influx. Honestly, I get a lot of kids, a lot of people coming up after a game or at halftime or noticing me at Titans games, because I'm also the drummer as well. So the point of the matter is that Titans games, there is quite a lot of people who do come up and notice me. Broncos, very similar. Brisbane Roar, very similar. AFL, don't really yet, because I haven't been smashing AFL for too long. Obviously, I have done it previously in the past, but it's not been a focal point until now. Now I'm smashing it out again, and I still got noticed down in Melbourne. Yeah, to answer your question, sometimes randomly in public, which is pretty cool, but majority of the time it is at the sporting event, in which obviously you guys know I'm at, because that's why you enjoy the content, because I go to sport nearly every single weekend. Where do you think in the next few years will the Titans be on the ladder? Who do you think will make it into this year's NRL Grand Final?
The Titans to be good, man. I just want the Titans to be good, man. I just want the Titans to be good, man. It's like, I guarantee that the Roosters and Storm are going to make the grand final again. Like, it's just boring, man. It's repetitive. Why can't we have any success, you know? Why can't we have any success, you know?